Hi, Bob Rosenbaum here with the next in a series of instructional videos of Dayan, Wild Goose Qigong for meditators, Zen practitioners. Today we're going to do the first few movements of the 64 movement first set, Dayan Qigong. You could start with this video, but I would recommend you do the preceding videos in order to get the foundations. I think you find that helpful. We'll do some warm-ups first, some very brief acupressure massage, and then we'll do the actual movements of the form. So to start off, we place the tip of the tongue touching as it would in meditation on the upper palate. We leave the tongue there all the time. We put our hands on our backs on the kidneys, and we make waist rotations. So not the hips, but the waist. And we want to make circles. And if you find you're making ovals, not circles, go smaller. A general rule in Taoist practice and Qigong practice is less is more. When in doubt, do less and do less until there's nothing that is not done. So I'll do an abbreviated version of the warm-ups. When you do this on your own, you might want to do, say, 20 rotations, and then massage the kidneys up and down and back and forth, and then come around the other way. And then we place one hand on the middle dantian, the other hand Lao Gong's line, and we massage. Massaging the middle dantian, aligning the Lao Gongs. Next, we're going to put our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to do hip rotations. To do this, I'm going to introduce another acupuncture point, which is the Wan Qiao point. If you raise one leg and go down the seam of your trousers, you'll find the Wan Qiao point in the center of the buttocks where the dimple is or used to be. It's basically at the hip joint. You can see where it is on the graphic, on the gallbladder meridian. You can place your palm or your fingertips there, and we're going to do a few rotations like so. Same distance forward and back. Very good for low back problems. And massage Wan Qiao. And come back the other way. And then one hand on the navel, other hand Lao Gong's aligned, massage lower dantian. Reverse. So a word about these rotations. The acupuncture channels, basically most of them go up and down. So in these we're exercising, especially in the first one, the Dai meridian, which goes horizontally, and we need that to connect everything. So we want to balance the vertical and the horizontal. In Zen, we have a saying, that the fruit of practice is to realize the eyes are horizontal, the nose is vertical. This reinforces that sense. Next, bringing the feet together, interlace all the fingers, including thumbs and pinkies. As you extend the hands down, extend the fingers as well. So this gives a nice stretch to the fingers. Go all the way down, come up about as high as your hairline, and come straight down the center, which is the Ren channel. Shoulders relax. When you push down, you might want to feel it go all the way down through your legs into the floor. And then we're going to go up overhead, extend up through the palms of the hands, down through the heels and Yongchen. Go back and center. Shoulders relax, back, center, back, center, to the right, center, right, center, right. Let the ribs open up, center, left, center, left, center, left, center. So we always want to come back to the center. The other thing is, when we come back, you don't bring your head back. You keep the hands aligned with the byway point on the top of the head so that you don't injure your neck. Okay? Next, we're going to bend forward. And how we bend forward is something to pay attention to. Most people, when they bend forward, do something like this, and they bend from the top down. We're going to want to bend from our lower dantian, and in order to do that, we bend at the hua, the inguinal crease. If you put your hands on the inguinal crease, in order to bend from this area, you need to bring your butt back. So you see, by bringing my butt back, I'm able to bend, keeping my spine straight. We come down, out, away from ourselves, down, out, and away, and come back, down, away, back to yourself. Back to yourself. And then massage down the legs, which is the direction of flow of the yang channels of the legs. And then massage up the yin meridians of the leg, which is the direction of flow of those. Now, actually here we've employed a basic principle of Qigong in that we go down, away from ourselves, and then back to ourselves. So we're always coming back to ourselves. That's a basic of all meditation. You come back to yourself to forget yourself. In everyday life, we scatter chi, we give chi out, we forget to bring it back to ourselves. And so during the day, the energy rises and rises, and we're up here. So our practice is settle the energy down. Yes, bring it out into the world, but then draw back into ourselves and let the energy settle down. So whatever goes out, comes back, and you get this sense of circulation, flow, moment to moment, non-stop flow. Okay, we've massaged the legs. Let's massage the channels of the arms, going beyond the tips of the fingers, which is where the points, where the channels begin and terminate. We brush up the yang meridians according to their flow, and turn and down. Other side, all the way up to the neck, and down. Shake your hands out. Probably enough to just get the blood flowing. There's a whole excellent set of warm-ups which you can explore through the videos available and the book available by the Wenwu School. I do recommend those. But for a quick warm-up to introduce the form, that's going to be enough for today. So let's begin the actual form. Stand with the feet shoulder width apart, parallel. And actually, one good practice if you want to practice Qigong throughout the day is just notice if you're standing like this or like this, and just adjust your feet so that you're standing like so. Tongue is touching, eyes are soft. Be aware of how the weight is distributed between the feet, left foot to right foot, heel to young chin and toes, straight down, young chin open to the ground, ground supporting you. Concentrate on Lao Gong points in the hands, and the Hugu points so the fingers are spread. The Hugu points are open. The Neguan, everything's flowing through the elbow with Chiza, flowing through the lower legs, the Sanin Jiao, and the Zusan Li. Standing, concentrate on upper dantian. Concentrate on middle dantian. Concentrate on lower dantian. Concentrate on palms of the hands. And begin. Fold at the gua. Hands come down the sides of the legs. Gather from the earth. Holding the energy. Open to the sky. Hands about ear width. Bending back a bit. Then gathering earth and sky together and concentrating them, and giving them to lower dantian. Shoulders relax, then relax the wrists, the hands come up, the elbows come in, the palms are about 8 inches apart or so, and you look at the hands, and the fingertips are drawn out, and all the channels of the arms open up, and you turn the hands, and you swim back and gather the energy, draw it up into the kidneys, come up slightly off your heels, open the thumb and first finger, drag any staleness out, come down on your heels and cleanse. And drop the hands and close. Pausing at lower dantian. Straight down. Feet together. So those are the first 8 movements of the form, and they were pretty complete Qigong by themselves. there's many subtleties to these movements that I don't want to go into right now. I'll go into them next lesson. For right now, just doing them is the best. If you want to get more details, in the next lesson I'll go over them. And there's all the videos and the books from the Wenwu school. For right now, I just want to mention two things. One is there's always a question that comes up about breathing. How do we breathe when we do Qigong? And in many Qigongs, breathing is a very important part of it. In Dayan Qigong, at least for the first year, at least for the first set, we don't want to control the breathing. We want to just let it come naturally. And the whole practice of the first set of Dayan Qigong is to find the natural flow without forcing, without conscious intention, which is conditioned by our old habits, getting in the way. And in fact, when I was working and offering Qigong to patients at a major medical center, many people would come who had lung problems, who had worked with respiratory therapists, various breathing techniques, yoga, other Qigongs, to no avail. And often, by letting the breathing just come, they experience substantial relief very quickly, sometimes even within the first session or two. So we have troubles trusting just natural. And part of the practice is learning how to regain our trust in what we trust in. The other thing I want to mention is when we gather the qi, as we're coming back and gathering the qi, the way we do that is by forming the goose's claw. So the thumb touches the first joint of the middle finger, and we wrap our fingers around the thumb. Now, if you just do this, you're not going to feel anything. But if you reach out and gather and draw in, so you gather and draw in as you come back, well, too tight, it's not going to feel right. Too loose, it's not going to feel right. So learning how to gather and then learning how to release. How can we practice generosity, the paramita of generosity, if we don't know the feel of body-mind gathering and releasing? Gather and release. The bad qi comes out from the webbing, the Bashier points, the devil's points. But we'll get into things like that in the next lesson. For right now, to just do this and do it multiple times, the first 8 moves. So let's do it again. Standing, feel the feet, feel the whole body. Find your balance. Tongue touching, eyes soft. Concentrate on upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian. Concentrate on Laogang, palms of the hands. Fold at the inguinal crease. Hands come back to Wang Qiao. Down the legs. Gather from earth. Receive from the sky. Coming up off the heels if you can. Bring them together. Concentrate them in a ball. Concentrated, concentrated. Give it into yourself. Fingers drop. Hands come up. Look at the hands. Find the space in between them. Let the fingertips lead you out. Open opening all the channels of the hands and arms. Swim back, gather the energy, draw it up, and give it to the kidneys. Absorb, coming up off your heels. Open thumb and first finger. Clench. Everything relaxed. Drop the hands. Gather yourself to yourself. Follow within. Let everything settle into place. Pause. Straight down. Feet together. Give yourself 10 seconds or so of just standing to let everything settle. And then, thank you very much.